If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. A couple of days ago, there were these rumors that Drake and J. Cole are shooting a music video together and that there is something coming from the both of them in the near future. So today I wanted to go over all the evidence we have on this because, if I just jumped on this, as soon as it happened, we would have missed a lot of points there are to this and a lot of depth to it. So let's jump into this and see what actually happened with the whole music video and J. Cole being spotted at a Drake set and get this whole thing cleared up. So let's start with the basics. Where did this whole rumor come from? One of the first hints we got towards this was that this one dude on Twitter, he just tweeted, Drake shooting another video in Toronto right now and J. Cole a guest in it. And the reason why then, this is just a random dude, the reason why then many people thought there was more to it is because one of the most, famous Drake insider fan pages on Twitter, Drake Direct, then, commented on this and just commented like, an eyes emoji. So people thought this was implying that there is something more to this because Drake Direct might have some insights that we don't have. And the crazy part about this is that even academics retweeted this or reposted this. So there was a lot of, hype and a lot of people thinking that there was more to it than there actually was behind it. The same day then, we even got a picture of the two of them that then many people thought was them, at a music video shoot. And this is the picture. This was reposted by, my guys over at NFR Podcast. Great work you're doing. And they also said Drake and J. Cole were spotted shooting a music video together. And many people immediately hopped on this and were like, okay, new music actually coming. And I don't want to discredit that. There might be a J. Cole and, Drake collab coming very soon. But this is not the number one source or hint for this. Because even later on the same day, NFR Podcast, replied to the same tweet and said, PSA, this is an older photo of J. Cole and Drake. So the crazy part is that a lot of these news outlets, including academics, including Hot New Hip Hop, they just reported on this immediately as it happened and didn't really question how, up to date this was. Because when you actually go back and look at when this whole thing came out, this is an older picture. Now, it's got to be taken within the last, I would say, 3 to 5 years, just judging from the look, both of them have in the picture. I would even go as far as to say this was taken within the last 1 or 2 years, kind of just getting a feel for it. So there might be something to it, but this didn't come at that day that this was released or that people started reporting on this. But then again, if it is so recent, then there might be something to it. There might be a music video coming out for both of them. There might be a song coming out from both of them. So there is a possibility for this, no doubt. It's just that I didn't want to believe this as soon as it happened. But the two of them have definitely been getting closer over the past couple of months. We're going to go into a little bit of that in a second and see why this could also be a hint as to them dropping new music. But if they did actually drop, it will be the first time ever since 2013 when Jodeci Freestyle dropped that the two of them would hop on a track together. And Jodeci Freestyle, you can listen to it now. It's on Care Package, I believe. So if you weren't around the SoundCloud DatPiff days, that is the place to go. The Care Package, where it got all the Drake, unreleased or not on streaming stuff on there. Definitely great if you want to check it out. Jodeci Freestyle is also on there. And the only other time that they collaborated before that was on Lights Out off of Friday Night Lights. So the two of them have only collaborated twice so far, but are of course two of the big three in the rap game that people are talking about, together with Kendrick, of course. So let's kind of go a little bit into how they've been just getting closer. Aside from the picture, which shows that they might be working on something together behind the scenes, which already kind of implies a more close relationship between the two, also creatively. But then also just stuff like Drake pulling up to watch J. Cole play for the Scarborough Shooting Stars, the new basketball contract he just signed. And Drake just kind of pulled up, I think this was only yesterday or 2 days ago, and he was just there to support Cole and just, watching him from the sidelines, just cheering him on. And you can definitely see the two of them are closer than just, Drake pulling up and being like, okay, this is a fellow rapper. The two of them do have stuff to talk about. And I think that also shows that the two of them have been getting closer, because over the past decade, they weren't really that close. We never saw Cole and Drake just chop it up like that. So I think that's great to see as well. So Drake pulled up to watch J. Cole, play basketball. And I do want to mention as well that Cole hopped on a Drake beat in September of last year, only like 2 weeks after that beat release, which was of course on Heaven's EP, which used the beat from Pipe Down off of CLB, and CLB had only dropped like 2 weeks earlier when Heaven's EP dropped. So it already seemed like, there was some connection between the two. And back when Heaven's EP dropped, we thought something new was coming. And I'm gonna go a little bit on a stretch right here. This is kind of far-fetched, but I want to put it out there because it's something that I thought about, and maybe a lot of y'all thought about this too, but don't take this for granted because it's really not. It's just kind of like me going crazy about this. So Heaven's EP used, it dropped after the off season, so it's the latest J. Cole release that we have, which, it's not on streaming or anything, it's just the music video on YouTube. So apparently he didn't really get the sample cleared, otherwise he would have put it on streaming. So maybe, the video even got blocked for, monetization, all of that. I know that quite well. But he did use a Drake beat that only dropped 2 weeks earlier. And now we're kind of maybe during that time, they also shot that music video together. And we all thought about Heaven's EP actually being like an EP that's going to drop, but that never dropped because he announced something with it. This one track that's called Heaven's EP can't be the entirety of the Heaven's EP, so there might be something to it that Heaven's EP is actually a collaborative effort with Drake. Just because he used a Drake beat for it, it's not on streaming, so because he couldn't get the sample cleared, otherwise he would have done that way more like that. I know that J. Cole could just drop a freestyle like that, but then he wouldn't title it Heaven's EP. Because why would he? I get it's referring to the off-season, maybe him calling that the Heaven's EP, kind of like he did with the Album of the Year freestyle for KOD, where he was referencing that. But then he got that cleared. He put that on streaming. So maybe that's something to it. But as I said, don't take this for, any real theory. This is just me kind of thinking it through. But then again, combined with Drake supporting J. Cole like that, the picture that resurfaced of the two of them, and Cole using the Drake beat right after Drake dropped and announcing an EP, that could be a reference to it, because he's announcing an EP and using a Drake beat. Maybe that's a correlation right there, but I don't know. It's just a theory. Let me know what you think about that theory, because I think that's really interesting to talk about. But anyhow, there's gonna be some new Drake and J. Cole probably coming up. We don't have it confirmed, but it's all looking like it. So that's kind of what I wanted to conclude this on, because that can get us all excited. So let me know what you think about this, about my theory, about my whole thoughts on this. What are your interpretations on this? How do you feel about all of this and all of your thoughts and your theories and everything you got on this? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.